All right, on today's episode, we're going to be watching pass protection, focusing on six-man pass protections. We're going to be watching the Atlanta Falcons versus Los Angeles Rams, Monday Night Football from Week 17. All right, let's roll the tape. Okay, so first play up, we got a running back in the backfield on the left side of the quarterback. Looks like we got an offensive line slide to the left, it looks like. Watch it from the other angle. All right, let's watch this offensive line. It's got 4 down defense plus 1 linebacker walked up. Running back is in the backfield to the left of the quarterback. Center still slides the protections to the left. With this linebacker right here, right? And nobody over here, okay? Center turned this protection to the left. You're also gonna see a chip by the tight end on his way out to affect the rush of the defensive end. On the backside, we'll have 2 one-on-ones. Let's go ahead and clear this and let this play roll. Okay. Good. Okay, really good job. Let's watch this left tackle first. Okay, so he's got a linebacker walked up in the B gap. He drags off his inside hand to protect himself from any type of pick or twist inside, staying vertical. Okay, stays vertical the whole time in his kick, right? Really wide defender. All right, let's go back and look at, this defender relationship to the quarterback, right? He's got to meet him to this junction point right there, but not feeling like he needs to jump way outside. Right? He doesn't want to take this angle out there to set himself up for the up and under by the defensive end. So like they say, square, dragging off the inside hand, low to high with his hands. I'd just like to see him get to that hop maybe a little bit sooner. Let's watch it. No, he's getting to it. That's good. That's good rep, right? Unfortunately, that's sometimes how it works out when you got these real wide 9 techniques bull rushing you. Okay, good job there by the left tackle. Let's watch the left guard. Boom, really good job by the left guard. He sets for the guy in his gap, right? Sets for that linebacker, gets his hands on him, the linebacker drops. He squeezes back inside, but he keeps his eyes outside, right? That is a really, really good job there by this left guard. Okay. Okay, I love how his eyes are out, right? Looking at where he needs to look, okay? But still have the inside presence to help for the center right here with that right hand. Really good job. Okay, really good job there by the left guard. Good. All right. Center setting over to a 2 technique, 2 eyes, sets back, gets a little bit of depth, right? That's the thing you have to remember at center. You want to get on the same level of those guards. So he sets back a little bit, does a good job playing with tight hands, keeps his guy near the line of scrimmage. Well done by the center, left guard, left tackle. Really good job. Now on the man side, right, we have a little bit of a different situation. We don't have help from the inside if we're the guard or the tackle. And we have the threat of a game as we see here, right? So we're going to get this twist right here on the right side versus the right guard, right tackle. Right tackle does a pretty good job of setting vertical off the ball, right? Really good job there by the right tackle setting vertical. I just like to see him, it's hard to tell a little bit, but maybe set off his drag hand a little bit more, similar to how the left tackle is doing it here, to help him collect this. And then at the end of the day, when you have the penetrator, right? So the defensive tackle is the penetrator right here, the guy lined up in that 4-eye wide 3. It's the guard's responsibility to knock him over, right? And anytime get into a situation where he's against our chest like he is right here, right? See how he's against his chest? Okay, makes it very challenging to knock him over, to get a good punch on him, right? So we want to use a little bit more extension there at the right guard to knock him over. Recognize that. Great job now coming back on the looper, okay, by the right guard, right? He knocks, we'd like to see a little bit more extension and punch and knock him over, but good job getting square and getting back into position to block him. And the right tackle does a good job of collecting him. Good. So this is a six-man protection, as you can see. You know, you got the chip by the tight end, but also the back is there to help. He's looking, and now he is check swing, right? So six-man protection, but turns into them rushing four, five guys in protection, one can check swing. Okay, good job there by the Atlanta Falcons to get the ball off for a decent gain. All right, let's watch it from the other angle. Okay, you can see number 53, the linebacker walked up. Also have 48 over the left guard in the B gap area, right? So everything is telling the center to turn this to the left side. Running back checking his protections, is swinging out. Tight end over on the left is trying to get a chip on that defensive end, right? And something we want to talk about is when you're playing tackle, right, and you know there's a chip coming, right, you want to set really heavy inside out. Sometimes coaches will teach it to go attack him, right? Once you get that chip, to almost quick set it. Some coaches will teach it just to set vertical like this. Regardless of what you want to do, is understand that you're getting that chip from the outside, right? So don't overset this and allow him to now rush the B gap. Good job here by the left tackle, staying square, setting back vertical. Good, and just one more look here at that right guard, okay? Right guard. See how he allows the defensive tackle to get into his chest. It's really hard to do, but he's got to set and get his hands on him right now, right, real quick, get his hands so he can knock him over to the tackle. But the tackle does a good job of collecting it, staying square. Guard does a pretty decent job coming back with the looper. Good. All right, so we saw the tight end chip there, running back, check swing. Now it looks like almost the exact same protection, just the other way. We got different look up front, though, from the defensive line linebackers. Okay, so let's check it out from the other angle. Again, we have the tight end now on the right, running back on the right. Tight end's going to give help on the defense end, the chip. Okay, running back has protection here. Okay, so now we have a zero technique, a wide over on the left, a wide 3, and a wide 5-9 technique on the left side. Okay, we have linebacker walked up in the B gap on the right side, right? Defense end over wide 9 technique on the right side. Okay, so it creates a little bit of, and now we get a guy walked up, right? So there's several ways we could handle this up front. Let's see here how the Falcons handle it, but you do have this guy here, another linebacker here, right? So you could slide, do a full slide, send everyone to the left, boom, right? Everyone's responsible for the left gap, including that right tackle, and then you leave the end man for the running back, right? Which is how some teams do it. Or now you can just go four-man slide, have the offensive line slide to the left with eyes to this linebacker by the guard. Okay, watching there. Okay, leaving this linebacker for the running back. Now have the tackle set back, eyes out to his defender, right, setting off the inside hand, right? And then another way we could handle this up front, which some teams do, right? Almost like a 5-0 situation. We're leaving one of the threats for the running back. Maybe we go 5-0, set out B gap, C gap, one-on-one here that the center knows, and then set out here, and now have our running back check for A gap pressure, right? There's several ways to do it, and there's some that we didn't even talk about, but let's just see how the Atlanta Falcons do this. Good, so they went almost like a four-man slide. You can see the right guard ends up collecting that A-gap pressure with the nose working away. Center, left guard, left tackle can just settle in for the gaps. Defensive end drops, okay? Now, let's start here at the left tackle side. So it looks like they have slide coming to him, right? However, they communicated this, slide's coming to him. His man drops, right? Now, instead of just staying out there and doing nothing, watch his reaction, right? His guy dropped, now he settles back inside, he's violent. He can collect that, right? He can push the guard off, right? He can push the guard off, and maybe there's some sort of blitz coming or game coming. Now the guard can get back inside and help the center, right? So good job there by the Falcons securing protection. You got 3 guys to block 2. We should create a double team. Okay, we can almost create 2 double teams here. First by the left guard, left tackle, then the left guard falls off, helps the center. Okay, really good job. Right. All right, the center, the right guard here, right? We watched him. He collects that guy with keeping his eyes to his slide. So this is what tells me this is a 4-man slide, right? We're sliding right guard, center, left tackle. Okay, he collects the guy because he runs into him, right? And he stays with his eyes to his gap. Really good job. All right. Right tackle again, playing off his drag hand, right? Watch his left hand here because he's got that B gap threat by the running or the linebacker, potential pick opportunity, right? So he slides off that or sets off that drag hand. Now he's able to collect it and plays with really tight hands on the, almost like turns into a post here with the inside move. And again, watch the tight end, right? You know you're getting that chip block by the tight end. Again, great job of him just setting back vertical, right? Setting back vertical, understanding that you're going to get a chip that's going to potentially send him inside, right? Like this one does. Stays square, gets his hands inside. Really nice job there by the right tackle. This is textbook. Boom, boom. Good. Another good protection by the Falcons offensive line. Let's watch a running back here, right? Good job of him attacking with some physicality so he doesn't get knocked back, right? Some teams will talk or teach this when you get guys walked up, mugged linebackers walked up. But you can even scoot the running back up, and sometimes he'll be all the way up here, you know, A gap or B gap, so that he has a quicker path to his blitzing linebacker or to the guy he's supposed to block. Okay, so good. So 6-man protection. All right, good job by the Falcons. Giving the quarterback time to get the ball off. Another good play. All right, watching the same play from the other angle. All right, they go 4-man slide to the left. All right, really good job here. All right, watch the right tackle. Boom, setting down square. Get his hands on him, playing with a big, strong base. Like, look at his base when he gets his hands on this guy. Okay, good job of getting his feet underneath him. Nice work. All right, and then one thing we can cover here, when you get that guy, you stop his rush, right, defensive lineman, as you can watch here, the nose tackle, number 91, right? He gets his rush stopped. Right now, what's he going to do? Get his hands up, all right? Go ahead and drive your hands through his chest, drive him to the ground, right? Don't allow him to jump in the air and knock this ball down, right? That's what defense is going to do once you stop their penetration or their speed move. Boom, get their hands up. Good. All right, here we got, it looks like the tight end's over to his left. We got the running back offset to the right. Trying to get him in a position, it looks like, to give a chip again. Good. Let's watch this from the back angle. All right, so we get 4 down front, looks like here. Okay, let's go ahead and clear this. Good. All right, so we got a 4 down front, 1 linebacker here, 1 linebacker here, right? We got tight end in the backfield acting as a tailback blocker, and then we got the running back kind of in this offset position here, far out, right? Giving a chip on the defensive end, right? So let's see how the Atlanta Falcons turn this one. Good, they turn it to the left, 3-man slide to the left, it looks like, right? Going to maybe 48, keying that linebacker 48, right there on the hash. Slide to the left. All right, good, really good job here by the left guard, right? Don't overset this. Now, if the guy decides to play inside, stay where you are. Still have body presence for your center, right? Look at that right there. He has his right hand on him, but his eyes are to the B gap to help his tackle when he needs it. The center comes over, takes him. Now he can leave, go help his tackle. And if that defense end were to make some sort of inside move or stay in that bull rush, he could get ribs right there, right? Okay, so left tackle, let's watch him here. Send back. Good job playing with tight hands, right? This is something this guy does consistently, is look at where his hands are, right? He's got inside leverage with his hands, right? It looks like he's got a good grip on him, good base in his feet. He goes to the hop and he gets a little bit of foot traffic there with his left guard, unfortunately. Gets tripped up. But pretty good technique. Look at him flash that left hand. Look, he goes left hand first, left hand, then right hand, right? Independent hands there by the left tackle. Beautiful looking kick, right? And then something like I like a lot about his kick is it's very under control because he's not taking very long kicks, right? Some people overextend on those kicks and they don't have their feet underneath them. He does a really good job of just taking some little baby kicks, boom, keep his feet underneath him so he can react and play football. A good job there by the left tackle. Unfortunately, got a little bit of foot traffic, right? Okay, let's go over to the right guard. One-on-one here. Pretty good job initially, right? I would say maybe a little bit of overset, right? See when his helmet gets outside of his and his weight gets on that back right foot. You can see right here, his weight is back here. He's a little bit outside. His stripe is outside of his helmet, right? A little bit of an overset makes it hard to stay in front of him. Now you're telling him to go inside, right? So when you do that, you got to do a good job of staying square, staying strong, and not allowing him to open up that hip. So let's see this. Good job by the right guard, staying square, strong. His hands get a little bit outside, you can see, but he's re-racking them. Watch that by the right guard. Boom. And then see how his hand is up high here? And then now his movement is going to be get it underneath, right? Get it underneath, call that re-racking your hands. Boom, good job by him. He does it with the left hand late too. Gives a little bit too much penetration. I like to see him get into that bull hop right here. Boom. All right, good. All right, right tackle, nice, really good set by the right tackle. Love his kick, love how under control it is. Understand he's going to get a little bit of help from the running back potentially with that chip. Okay, so setting a little bit more square inside out. But I like how he's playing with length, right? You can tell he's having a hand fight here with that defensive end, trying to get his hands on him, continuing to move his feet. All right, pretty good job here by the right tackle. Quarterback gets hit. All right, let's watch it from the other angle. Our offensive line sliding to number 48, key in this protection. It looks like as soon as 40, you can see the center's eyes, right? As soon as 48 starts to drop, now he gets his eyes to the left to help the left guard. So it looks like they're keying this protection. Tight end in the backfield as a running back, checking his protection, seeing if any other elements come in. Now he's check swing. Okay, and a good look at the left tackle. Boom. I love his set here. Now he's getting a little bit leany, right? Doesn't look like he gets great contact with his right hand, but at the end of the day, he gets tripped up by the left guard. Love his patience, love his independent hands. Good job. All right. Now here, if you look at the right tackle, right, setting back, good. All right, love how he's using length, right? He's trying to use his long arms. You can tell he's a big, long guy, right? In that position right there, maybe a little bit too much waist bend, but he's working to extension, giving him the opportunity to react to the defender as he works around his edge. Now, as soon as he gets past your shoulder here, right here, right, he tries to get that left hand on his hip. If you get his hand right here on his hip and run him that way as best he can, right? All right. Third and 2. Again, another time the tight end's in the backfield. Looks like we get a chip again. Get the ball off. Good play. All right. Offensive line is sliding to the right here. Right? Maybe it's because there's 4 guys to the right. Don't always know their rules going into the game, but that could be something they're looking at, right? With linebacker here, some sort of defensive element there. It looks like then defensive end, defensive tackle, or some combination, defensive end linebackers over on the side. 4 elements over here, and then over on this side you got 1, 2, 3, right? So potentially the rule is find the most dangerous side. He slides it to the right, right, leaving this linebacker right here as the guy to check for the running back in the backfield before he releases. Okay? And again, this is just speculation, looking at how they're running this. Some different teams I've been on have done their pass protections. Okay? So really cool stuff. Okay, so they keyed 48, right? Or Mike ID number 48 right here, this linebacker who is standing right here, right? So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3 right there in the middle, leaving the outside guy, the one we can't see right now, who's all the way out here, okay, leaving him for the back, right? Okay, so on the play side, or on the left side, we'll have 2 one-on-ones, one-on-one here, and a one-on-one here, right? Okay. Good job here by the center, right? With the nose crossing face, coming back, staying square on it, keeping him near the line of scrimmage. Good job, okay? Right guard sets off his drag hand, right, his inside hand right here, okay? And then oversets it just a little bit, never makes good contact with his hands, unfortunately. We like to see him play with a little bit tighter hands. Again, it looks like a little bit of foot traffic there with the right tackle. But just understand, right, understand with this much stuff going on over here on the right side, right, the potential for this, because there's a guy out here that we can't see, the potential for all this stuff is very high, right? Look at the location of them, understanding that, you know, he could potentially get this, very high chance of that. So just looking at your pre-snap keys and understanding that with this many threats over on this side and the linebacker moving a little bit pre-snap, right, it could be a tell for you that you're going to get some sort of inside move at that guard position, right? So a little bit overset, just at the end of the day, he's got to get his hands on him a little bit, but he does a good job, even though he doesn't make great contact, of continuing to run his feet. Good. Really good job there by the right tackle, right? Passes off that defensive end, boom, to the right guard, and he stays square, gets his eyes on the backer, and he's able to pick him up right there. Good job by the right guard, or the center, right guard, right tackle picking this up. Could just pick up a little bit or clean up the technique a little bit. Now on the left side, again, left tackle doing a great job, right? He's setting out to his guy. His guy drops and he sets back inside to help, because like we talked about, right? We're getting all this inside movement here, right? All this, boom. All right, the chances are of this guy now having contained, this guy dropping, go up. So really good job here by the left tackle of, once he feels that, to settle back down inside to allow the guard to go back to help the center. All right, good job there by the left tackle. That's why he is one of the best. All right, left guard, good job. Passes him off, now you're there to help. Good. Another good protection. Let's watch how the tight end in the backfield. Good. Good job by everyone involved. 6-man protection, 6 guys working. Really good job. Just watch it from this angle. Good. You can see there, this right guard, how he oversets it even just a little bit, right? Don't want to see him in this position. and then he has to drop that left hip, right? See that? Because the guy gets so much lateral movement that he has to drop that left hip now and just try to run him by. He does a good job of getting that right hand on his hip to get him at least give the quarterback enough time to get this ball off. But I think he could have prevented this by just setting a little bit, a little bit shorter, understanding that the potential for this movement is so high, right? Well, based upon 94, 48, right? Number 2 all over on the same side. Potential of that so high, set over and then use your hands a little bit better. But does it good enough. All right, really good job here by our tackle. Following his assignment, understanding who they're working to, 48. Good, get it on him. And a completion. Good job by the Falcons. All right, 3rd and 4. Down here, 4-yard line. Good 6-man protection. The 6th guy ends up free releasing. They score. Okay. They rush 4. We have 6 blockers. Allow the running back type to get out. In this case, it was a tight end, but typically. All right. So now we get down here on the goal line, or close to the goal line, I should say, inside the 5, but even inside the 10, right? Chances of man go up, man coverages, chances of pressures go up, some exotic fronts, but end of the day, the windows close up drastically for the quarterback. The timing is much quicker. As an offensive line, we can use that to our advantage sometimes by understanding the ball's going to be out a little bit quicker, be a little bit more aggressive to get on our guy. Now, this obviously isn't a great example of the ball getting out quicker, but it is a good example of being firm between the both guards and the center, protecting for the depth of the pocket, how important it is down here. It allows the quarterback to step up, right, like he needed to here. He needed that extra time. Step up and make the play. Good. All right. So they took this into a 4-man slide again, it looks like. Yep. Leaving the backside tackle one-on-one. Okay. So they're going to slide everybody to the right. Or not everybody. Left guard, left tackle, or left guard, center, right guard, right tackle, all sliding to the right. Now the left tackle is one-on-one with this guy out here, but he's got 1, 2 elements inside of him, right? Dragging off that inside hand is going to be important again, right? But not taking such a big angle that it allows this guy, this defensive end, to play up the field and now come back underneath, right? So let's make sure you understand once you get near the goal line, there may be more pressure. Do a good job with our technique. Really good job here by the left tackle, okay? Let's watch this left tackle. Set under control, playing with independent hands, right? You can see him punch that left hand first and the right hand, all right? Set square, boom. Love the physicality on contact, okay? Really good job here by the left tackle, moving his feet really well. Now let's watch the right tackle, okay? So he's got the slide coming to him. Does a good job of setting back off that inside hand a little bit. Now, he's a little bit late with that right hand. See how he's making contact with that right hand when the defense end's already kind of into his chest? I would love for him to shoot, get his feet in the ground a little bit quicker. See how he's stepping back with that right foot right as he's about to punch? Keep that right foot in the ground. Keep your square hips. Keep the angle of your set and just punch right here. Right, a little bit quicker in that position. Use that length that you have as an advantage as a tackle. Boom, get him on him. Now he's in a situation where he punches, gets knocked off, has to reset, never really gets his hands on him, and the guy's able to get a hit on the quarterback, right? Where I think that all just came from that initial punch, kind of screwed him because his initial punch was stepping back. All right, watch that right foot as he goes to punch, stepping back. Right? If he could stay in this position here and just stay in his kick, staying on this angle, he was going to meet this guy who's on this angle right here, right, and use his length rather than having to rely on strength. Okay, so good job by the right guard here. Send out to a 3 technique. The guy plays inside. When you talk about playing square, watch 63. Boom, guy goes back inside. Look how square that is. Okay, That is very good job here by the right tackle, staying square on that inside move, posting down. Understanding he has help from the inside though, right? So as soon as the defender completely declares for that A gap, I would love to see 63 get his eyes back outside now to help understand the slide is going to the right. And here the right tackle could have used his help, right? So feel the center's presence on the inside. Now you can go back outside and help the right tackle get ribs on the defensive end, okay? All right, the left guard, setting over to protect his A-gap. Doesn't know if he's going to get A-gap pressure or not. Setting over, boom, getting his hands on him. Playing with strong hands, right? Really strong hands. You can tell he gets those hands lashed on that guy, and he's trying everything to get off of him, but he can't, right? Great look there by the left guard. Yeah, posting out of his stance first, staying square, big, strong hands. Really good, right? Oftentimes we talk about, you know, the inside three, the center and the guards, you got to set for the depth of the protection, or set the depth of the protection, I should say, right? Whereas the tackles are setting the width of the protection. Tackles can't allow that pocket to get crushed in too much, and the inside three can't allow that pocket to get pushed back too much. So pretty good example here of the inside three being stout, giving the quarterback the ability to step up and make a play. All right, watch it quickly here. We got a four-man slide to the right. The offense is right. Good job. Big, strong hands there by the left tackle. Great protection. Inside three, this is really good stuff. All of you guys playing big and strong. Good play. Love it for a touchdown. All right, 3rd and 2. Good, another 6-man protection that turns into 5-man protection with a check swing by the running back, right? When there's only 4 rushers, no threat of a blitz, checks and then swings out. Good, another good protection and another completion, it looks like. All right, another 4 down front we're looking at. Okay, I got 2 internal linebackers, or linebackers tight in the box. Looks like they slide to the left. Running back checks his assignment and then free releases, okay? All right, cool. Let's watch this right guard first, right? He's got that 2-eye technique, got just inside of him. Center sliding to the left, so the right guard and right tackle are one-on-one on the guys in front of him. But he does a great job of aggressively setting out of his stance and playing with tight hands, right? Look how tight his hands are. You can't see him in front of his shoulder pads. His tight hands are right there, and he plays with power in his hands, right? I would love to see him take a step with that right foot too as well. See how he just posts with the left? But since he does such a good job with his hands, he's able to get his right foot back underneath him. But a quick just 1-2, pick it up, put it down. Great job by him on that difficult 2-eye look. Right. Now this is the center's opportunity to kind of set off his drag hand a little bit. Drag hand to that 2-eye just to protect himself from internal rush by that backside 2. Now setting over to the A, right, being in position with your eyes to block that 3 technique, becoming an A-gap rusher, right? And again, good job by the left guard. Not oversetting this too much, squeezing down when you get the inside move, and then go back out to help the tackle, right? So the center's doing a really good job playing big inside and go help your tackle. All right, let's watch the left tackle here. Good, pretty good rush, or pretty good protection here against the bull rush, right? He does a good job of sinking those hips once he gets the bull rush. But the biggest thing is physicality of his punch and the contact, right? Boom, really good job by the left tackle, right? Playing with big, strong hands, giving the quarterback enough time to get the ball off against a good rusher. All right, let's watch the right tackle. Good set here by the right tackle, I like it. he just keeps on dropping that right foot on contact, right? So that'd be the big thing I would coach him, and just a tad late with his hands. See how the defender is shooting his hands earlier than he is shooting his? I would like to see him just be a little bit more aggressive with his hands, live on the edge just a little bit, right? Go get him, get your hands on him, use your athleticism. But what he does a good job of is, even though he doesn't get first hand placement, now he's working to get his hands back inside, right? See right here, he doesn't get inside, gets him knocked off, and now look at him back under, right? It's back under. Now he's in a position to give the quarterback enough time to get this ball off. Okay, another good example of the inside three, setting the depth. Okay, the tackle setting for the width of protection. Okay. Another good play by the Falcons. Sometimes at right guard, this is one of the toughest ones when you get that 2-eye. You got to set down, post down to take away the inside move first. But that right guard does a really good job here. I just like to see him bring that right foot a little bit more. All right, this is a better view of the right tackle. Really good set. See where he's making contact with his hands. He's in this position. The defender's already in his chest. You know, tough situation with his feet here, almost crossing over. I like to see him stay a little bit more square, but I think he needs to be punching right here, right? Where when his hands are going back, that's when I think his hands should be going at the target, right? So that he can get first contact with his hands and his feet be underneath him a little bit more. Now he's obviously a big, strong dude that's able to stop this because he's not in a good position here. He's able to get his feet back underneath him and have a good block. So kudos to him for being a beast. Good. Another good look at that left tackle set. Good. All right. Another 6-man protection that turns into 5 protectors with only a 4-man rush. Okay, so now we go 3rd and 9. Running back in the backfield on the left of the quarterback. Okay, it looks like the offensive line is sliding to the left. You get a check swing by the running back. It turns into a chip. Okay, but end up only getting 4 rushers, so you don't need the running back to stay. All right. Okay, so another one of these looks where they're trying to overload one side. 4 guys. So offensive line takes it to them. Takes it to the left here. All right, so you get one-on-one opportunity here between the right guard and that 4-eye wide 3. Then a one-on-one opportunity right there, right? With a 3-man slide to the left, running back checking. Assuming they declared him as a Mike ID, and this guy would be there for the running back to check. But let's see how this plays out. Good. Yes, it looks exactly like what they did. They make Mike the guy on the line of scrimmage, or maybe the guy outside. I can't tell who's who. Okay, but 3 for 3 over here on the left side. Okay, you'd like to see the center. Okay, tough situation. You got to get back off the line of scrimmage a little bit, trying to stay square, setting back so that you can be on the same level as the guards. But what he does, and this is very hard because he's a left-handed snapper. He's on his snap hand, right? As much as you can, trying to get that hand from snapping the ball to back up underneath, right, to get inside hand leverage and continue to move those feet. I feel like he never really took a real set, right? He was always kind of a little bit behind it. It's a tough situation to be in, especially when they're running this game, right? Running a 3-man game. Okay, so what they're doing, and then they're bringing this guy all the way around, right? So it's going to be really crucial that in this case, left guard, left tackle set off their inside hand, and that the center get back to get a little bit of depth so you can collect all this stuff and let this kind of happen all in front of you. Like let the movie play in front of you, some coaches say. But when you're so close to the line of scrimmage, sometimes that can be challenging. All right. And then also when you don't get your hands on it, it's hard to pass this off to the left guard, which he tries to do late, but the left guard's not able to collect it, right? Left tackle, again, recognizing this really fast, right? Watch the left tackle's reaction. Guy goes inside, come back to collect it, playing with tight hands, tight, strong hands, like play after play with number 70, right? You see him playing with strong hands. It allows him to win a lot of these blocks, okay? The left guard got caught leaning a little bit, or no, he got picked. That's what happened, right? Tough situation. I'd love to see him play off the inside hand to feel this a little bit, but I think the center could protect him a little bit better as well. All right, end of the day, they get him blocked. Nobody hits the quarterback, but it could look a little bit cleaner. Right, the right guard does a great job here. Of right tackle collects him. Now go help. Right, maybe that's what helped keep the quarterback clean. Right, that extra little right there. Okay, sometimes this turns into a big collision. You get a big blow up block here. But good job. Your guy goes away at right guard. Come back inside. Level off. Good job. Okay, good job by the right tackle, recognizing his guy's dropping, settling back inside, and collecting him. And you notice how vertical his set is, right? Watch how vertical his set is with the threat of that twist and also the threat of this pressure. Clearly the Rams have shown this. The Falcons are ready to pick it up, but good job here playing by the right tackle, setting off his inside hand, setting straight back, able to collect this. All right, see it from this angle. They're going to number 8, left guard, center, left tackle, setting the nose, number 8 and number 0. All right, so you can see here, see how the center never gets a clean set, right? And he never gets his hands on him. He's always kind of behind the block. Unfortunate situation of him being on his snap hand, but he's got to snap and get back a little bit more to allow himself to get some separation to knock him over to the guard. So now he can come back with square hips on number 0, right? Trying to stay square for as long as possible and come back, right? Watch the eyes of the left tackle. Boom. His guy kind of sets back a little bit, doesn't come off the line, and look where his eyes go. Back inside to collect, right? Really good job there by the left tackle. Great job by the right tackle. Same situation, just on the man side. Love the set by the right tackle here, how quick he's getting to the spot, but staying vertical, staying square, ready to use big hands. And again, watch the right guard, send to his guy, the guy goes away, boom, going back inside to help. All right, running back in the backfield, check swing, right? 4-man rush, get the running back out. But it's important that we understand it is a 6-man protection to start. The rules may be a little bit different. Empty protections versus 6-man protections for the center's ID, understanding where the quarterback's hot and not hot from. So it is good to declare. Okay, so in this case here, you get 4 down defensive linemen or defensive 4 of them and real wide, right? You get like wide 3, almost 4 eyes, wide 5, 9 techniques with 1 linebacker in the box. Okay. I'm assuming they just declared, hold on, let's go clear that up. I'm assuming what they did here, declared him as Mike idea. What some people have a box call or a man call, but or maybe they just kept it in their 3-man slide to his side. Running back can just check, make sure nobody else is here, and then free release. All right, so 5-man box, 6-man protection. No need to keep the running back in the backfield. Yeah, so there's ID'd, and it looked like they went to some sort of box call or either slide to the left, but center's checking his guy, checking that linebacker in the middle. As soon as that guy drops, goes to slide to the left. And they got games on both sides. Okay, so let's watch the man side first, which would be the right guard, right tackle in this case. Okay, they're one-on-one here. Again, tackle doing a great job setting back square, right? Understanding the threat of a game is so high with that wide 3 technique, right? wide 3 technique. Guard does a much better job punching him over. Okay, really good job here by the right guard, right tackle, picking up this game. Punch him over, step back square, pick it up. Okay, both of them ending up in a good square position, right? It's pretty cool stuff when you look at it. You know, these two guys right here both had a twist, right? And they're able to pass it off and end the block in that position right there, right? Really strong square position, hands inside, feet underneath them, good base, right? Really good job considering that's a man side. When you look at, especially in this pause picture, the left side, nobody's square, nobody's in a good position, but they got slide coming to them, and they're able to still pick it up. But that's a textbook look by the right guard, right tackle. Picking up a game, passing it off. Good. It all starts with the hands of the right guard. Get them over. Squareness, setting vertical, setting off the inside by the right tackle, collects it. Good. Now it's not, some of it's not picture perfect on the left side, right? Get discombobulated feet and twisted hips and all that stuff. End of the day, we get a 4-man rush on 5 offensive linemen. Get the opportunity to give the quarterback enough time to get the ball out of his hands, right? Center does a good job attacking when he goes over there. Sometimes this is a little awkward when you're just in the middle, checking your linebacker, and then you have to go over there to the left. Good job being physical, getting a stop there, okay? Good job by the left guard or left tackle trying to collect this, right? Collect it. Just would love to see him get his hands inside, get his feet underneath him a little bit better, but end of the day, they get him blocked, get the ball off. Man, isn't football fun? Football is fun. Oh, I love football. So much cool stuff. Let's look at this right guard, right tackle again. Boom. Great job. Get a T, twist. Defensive tackle's penetration, knocks him off. The reason the guard's able to knock him off, right? See how he's working to extension. He's working him to extension to pop him off, giving him enough room and time and space to come back and collect number 0. And he collects number 0 while being square, playing with strong hands. All right. And again, another good job. Look at the right tackle of collecting this guy, playing inside out, getting his hands back inside. You can see constantly 71, the right tackle here. Boom. He doesn't have inside hand leverage when he collects them at first. And now look at that left hand working back underneath. Back underneath, right? And he does the same thing with, like, it looks like the right hand on this side too, eventually. But good job there by the right guard and right tackle. Definitely want to highlight that. That is a tough situation to do a good job picking him up. Good. See where we're at in the playlist. We just got a few more good stuff. 3rd down, 3rd and 4 it looks like. Okay, again, tight ends in the backfield, running back position. Ooh, they're doing a cross protection. Really cool blitz pickup here by the tight end in that running back location, okay? All right, so 89, the tight ends lined up in the backfield. Okay, so they go 4-man slide to the left. All right, center, right guard, left tackle, sliding over there, all to the left, meaning the right tackle, setting back, one-on-one with that rusher, right? So again, we keep on seeing these type of overload looks by the Rams. They got 3 defensive linemen now over the left side of the offensive line. Linebacker walked up in that mug B-gap look with, looks like a safety back here as well. Okay, so a lot going on, and the running back's responsibility is going to be to take that guy, which he does an outstanding job. Gets a good block in here if I remember correctly. Good. All right. So let's start with the right tackle. Send back square, send off the inside hand. His guy drops. Right, his guy drops into protection or in the coverage. He sets his eyes back inside, settles back inside to help pick up the looping nose in this case. Okay. Right guard sent off his backside hand. Now he's collecting the looping nose. Good job by him getting his hands on him, coming back with him, understanding his rules. He's the last man in the slide here, right? Since it's a 4-man slide, we said. So number 63, the right guard, can't let anything cross his face, right? He's got to stay with anything that's going away to the backside B gap, which he does a great job here. Center now, good job settling in a good position to pick up that defensive tackle. Looks like, again, they get tripped up, ends up, he gets knocked down by his tight end. But he's in a good job. He's in a good position initially. And again, another good look by that left guard, right? Blocking that defensive tackle. He plays inside, feels his center, checks his linebacker, and goes outside to help. Okay. Let's watch this left tackle. Love the strength. He clearly has a lot of strength off of one leg, because look at him right here, right? One leg in the ground, and he's still blocking him, right? That's why it's so important as offensive linemen that we're doing a lot of one-leg exercises in the gym, right? Step-ups, rear foot elevated, single-leg RDLs. Everything we can do is just one leg, because so much of our game is played on one leg, right? We want to play with 2 feet in the ground, but as a human, you move by pushing off one leg, anchoring one leg, all that type of stuff. So great job here by the left tackle, playing with an immense amount of strength, playing with strong, powerful hands, not allowing that bull rush to completely collapse the width of the pocket. And it starts with a strong set. And I love how when he's going to punch, a little bit of lean, and he's kicking back that left foot a little bit. He could do a little bit better job of stepping to contact, but playing with tight hands. And look how much that punch disrupts the defensive lineman. See the defensive lineman's head? Boom, right? Now he's forcing him to get into his counter move, which right here, his counter move is just a one-arm bull rush, right? It looks like he's trying to get speed up the field first. He shuts that off. Good rush. Boom. Great job there by the left tackle. Oftentimes this front is called an overload front, right? You get 3 defensive linemen on one side. A lot of twists and games coming out of this type of stuff. Good. See how square the left tackle stays throughout this set? Great job playing with powerful. He gets that right hand, finally gets that right hand on, fighting with him. Okay, good job. Another good look at the right tackle, staying square, right guard. Good look at pass protection, Atlanta Falcons. All right, good. Okay, 3rd and 2. Running back in the backfield again on the left side. They bring a guy in to chip the defensive end. Running back ends up staying in protection. Ooh, almost an interception. All right, let's watch it from this angle. They got a nose, a wide 3 on the left side. Can't tell who that is over here on the right side, but you essentially get 3 technique on both sides, right? These guys lined up in 3 techniques. Let's clear this. Okay, 3 technique right here. Get a 0, get a 3, right? Kind of wide 5. Now they may not all be defensive linemen, but with one guy in the box, there's several ways teams can handle this. Sometimes teams will just go 5-0, right? Just go straight up 5-0, 5 one-on-ones. Some teams will go 4-man slide, 5-man slide. There's a lot of ways that you can handle these 5-man looks, and a lot of it has to be tied into your concepts, how quick the ball's getting out. Right? So if you look here, it looks like they went with that 5-0 option, leaving the linebacker 48 for the running back, right? So they get a chip on the left, and both the defense ends here, right? You can see trying to get the eyes of the tackles, and then they end up dropping. Okay, so good job here by the left tackle. Again, his guy drops, collects him, comes back inside. Great look, right? If you want to look like a perfect example of what you want to look like in pass protection as far as your hands go and the relationship between your hands and defenders. Right, look no further than right here. Love how he's playing with extension. Right now, extension doesn't mean elbow is locked out, but being in that good position, keep him away from you. Play with power and strength in that position. Also give your time to react if he does make a move, swipes your hands, anything like that. Okay, so great job there by the left tackle. Coming back to collect it. Okay, let's watch the left guard here. Good, knocks him over. Left guard plays with a powerful punch. Pretty clean set there. Setting over, boom, knocks him over, good. Now he's back inside, settling back inside, looking for someone to help. Okay, the center might have the toughest job here. He's got a 0 head up on him, 0 technique, right? Again, he's a little bit ahead of the guard, so I would like to see him just set back a little bit to get on that same level, understanding the possibilities of twists are very high when you get into these different looks. And just use his hands more, right? He's very much leaning into it all with his head. Right, you can see here his right hand's not onto it and his face mask is into the defender. I think his life would just be a little bit easier if you get into this position, and you can even tell here, like one hand is down to the left and one hand's out to the right, and just getting snapping the ball and getting his hands on him. Right, get back and get your hands on him as quick as possible, make life a little bit easier. Good, let's watch the right guard here. Jump sets him, right? Why did he jump set him? My first inclination is this is a smaller rusher. Doesn't want to give him the opportunity to get momentum, get up the field, swipe his hands, run a game, do all these things. I'm just going to jump on him right now and get my hands on him. Right? It ends up being a good job by the right guard. He gets knocked down, gets tripped. But I love that idea, right? I got this smaller defender on me, get my hands on him right now. Okay? Right tackle, his guy drops, settle back inside. Oh, almost interception. All right, again, we got the 2 stand-up guys over the right guard, right tackle. Look at that punch by the right guard. See how much it affects the number 8? Knocks him back, right? Great job jumping. I love that idea. Big, powerful hands. All right. Good. Again, watch the left tackle. Send back square, collecting them, playing with strong hands, playing a good position. Another good look. All right, so that was it for pass protection, Atlanta Falcons versus the Los Angeles Rams. Okay, this was from Monday Night Football, Week 17. A few different variations of defensive looks, some different pressures. But they're all 6-man protections, right? And they're a little bit different than 5-man protections because you have to understand where you're working to as a center. You have to understand your rules as backside guard tackles. Some teams handle that differently. But that was just one example. Appreciate you guys watching. Look forward to doing the next one. All right, thank you.